On your marks.
And this is the boys' finals, 400 meters. Lane 1, Tyrese Joe, Cougars. In lane 2, we have Concord, Joshua Williams. Lane 3, Beckles from Memphis Pioneers. Lane 4, Mascal from FAS. 5, Cyril Summer from Memphis Pioneers. Number 6, Ronaldo Moore from Memphis Pioneers. In lane 7, Gushan Adolf from Stallion. And in lane 8, Aman George from Mercury.
And Kyle Sumner is the name to watch, already achieving the standard. Kyle Sumner. Kyle Sumner's of Memphis Pioneers, and Kyle is actually in second place. And he's running down his club mate. He's running.
It was Memphis 1 and 2. It looked like Ronaldo Moore, followed by Kyle Beckles.
So we wait the official time there. Kyle Sumner and his club mate. .48.50, Kyle Sumner's hitting the standard bang on point. Kyle Sumner. And the second place, Ronaldo Moore, also of Memphis, 48.68 seconds. And the Mascal, that is Joshua Mascal of Faizabad Athletic Stars. So Sumner hitting the standard bullet on point. We're speaking here with Cyril Sumner, the winner of the boys under 20 400 meters, the Carifta trials, 48.50, winning the trials, making the standard. Which one are you more happy with?
Running the qualifying standard.
All right, you did the mark earlier in the season, 48.08. Did that give you any sort of confidence coming into the race today?
Yeah.
You didn't. Keone Junior clubmate and Shaquem McKay also made the standard. Were you looking to have them in the race to probably push you under 48?
Yeah. Would that be a nice race if Wally was in the face?
Right. Ronaldo was leading coming into the final shot. What was going through your mind when you saw him ahead of you?
Kick.
Right. What are your goals for the season 2022?
To continue better in my times in my both events.
All right. Thank you very much. Cyril Sumner of Memphis Pioneers, winner of the boys under 20 400 meters here. And Ayana, what do you thought of that run there by Cyril?
Yeah, it's definitely been the most competitive race we've seen thus far for the day. And it's always heartening when you see club mates pushing one another, trying to achieve the goals that they set for themselves for this year. So it was really a really good race by Sumner to come and win and running exactly the qualifying standard for the 400 meter.
And speaking of running, we're going to be having a running race here with Mr. George Commission, the president of the entries. Yes, he's been a busy man. Had to fit him in on his timetable to be with us here this afternoon. Good afternoon, Mr. Commission. The Carifta trials finally underway here at the Hazy Crawford Stadium. Tell us your thoughts on how the meet has been going so far.
Good afternoon to your listeners and viewers. I am pretty satisfied with what has taken place for the day so far. The meet to me has been pretty well organized. We have been more or less on time. I think we are about 20 minutes or so off schedule, which is reasonably well considering what we're dealing with. And I think the athletes are performing. I would have just watched, I think it's two athletes would have just made the qualifying standard one. Okay. So the athletes are in fact performing, so I'm happy with what I'm seeing.
All right, preparing a meet for this, we had the whole issue of the lockdown and the COVID and the vaccination and all the surrounding issues. How has the entries managed all of that and, been able to pull off this and the other meets that we have had so far for the season?
Well, we have been working closely with both the Ministry of Sport, the sport company, and perhaps more importantly, the Ministry of Health to ensure that we comply with all the public health regulations. In this case, we are complying with the return to sport, return to play policy, which really allows for only fully vaccinated persons to participate, be they athletes, coach, officials, at the event. And we've had compliance to a large extent.
All right, we have the lone competitor there in the heptathlon girls 200 meters, Tinique Vincent. And I don't know if it's a fallout you would say, but we've seen some low numbers in some events. May have been because of COVID. Is it a concern for the entries?
I didn't get that one, sir.
No, I'm saying we've seen some small numbers in some events. I said may have been because of the COVID, but are the numbers any concern for the entries? The seemingly low numbers in some events? All right, no, I'm asking, there are some low numbers in some events. The 100-meter girls went straight to final under 20. Particularly with hurdles. The point I'm asking is that the COVID may have impacted in terms of low numbers. Is that a concern for the entries?
No. It is not at least not a major concern. We do recognize that some athletes are being denied the opportunity to participate simply because of their vaccination status. We would expect as they either become vaccinated or the rules be relaxed somewhat, that more athletes will be present. But we recognize that the vaccination, unvaccinated status has in fact impacted.
All right, you're listening to Tobago Sports Live. It's the 2022 Carifta Trials here at the Hazy Crawford Stadium. I'm hearing this issue in the track and field circles. You don't require to be vaccinated to go to Carifta, whether you need an exemption or... But athletes here, I don't know if it's not a requirement to make the team, to board the charter or the plane. What is the... Is there an issue with that, Carifta versus our national procedures?
My understanding is that as at today's date, and I'm subject to correction, as at today's date, there is no vaccination requirement to participate at Carifta. However, the immigration, the public health rules in Jamaica require unvaccinated persons to go into quarantine. It seems therefore impractical to take athletes from Trinidad and Tobago to carry into a situation where they need to be quarantined on the eve of a meet. The reverse also applies on the return. Our regulations, as I understand it, require unvaccinated athletes, persons in general, coming into Trinidad to go into quarantine. It means any unvaccinated athlete will have to go into quarantine, going into Jamaica, and going into quarantine, coming back from the meet.
So, in other words, get vaccinated?
Well, that seems to be the easiest solution, but we recognize that there is an issue of personal choice, but with personal choice come consequences.
All right, so the trials are on this weekend. When will the team likely to be selected, announced? Any special arrangement this year, given the COVID, give athletes a little more time? What's the thinking or the decision?
Well, the selection committee would meet either late tomorrow or very early on Monday, because the board meets on Monday night to sign off to ratify the team that would be recommended by the selection committee. This would unfortunately be the last opportunity for athletes in Trinidad and Tobago to make the Carifta team.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. George Commission, President of the Entries. As we go back to the action, it's 100 meters. So Ayana, this is in your backyard. Thanks, Mr. Commission.
Yes, we see the athletes lining up, doing their practice runs, getting ready for the 100-meter girls under 17 finals. And prior to that, we saw Tanique Vincent, the lone competitor in the girls heptathlon, completing her 200 meters, trying to achieve her standard of her mark for Carifta for the multi-events.
And of course, we know she's already on the plane for the high jump. So let's just get the rundown there of the finals of the start list of the 100 meters. And the outstanding performer in the heats there, Janae Gans, and we know she has been doing well at long jump and the high jump. Made the standards 2020 at 13 years and couldn't go because of COVID. And she has come out with a bang, Ayana, 11.77 seconds in the heats this morning. Your thoughts on her run then?
Janae is proving to be one of those special athletes who has talent across the board in different events, and to see her competing so well above her age group, because she's, like you said, she's only 15 now, so the time she's running for her age bodes very well for her future, and especially her chances of medaling at Carifta, proving that she.
So let's give it a lineup. Well, Thomas, lane 1, Scott 2, Jordan 3, the guns for Henry 5, Simmons 6, Samuel 7, and Peters in lane number 8. So it's 100 meters finals. Girls under 17. Over to you, Ayana. And it's Janae Gans. Janae Gans running away with the 100 meters.
Well under the standard once again. But we await the official results to come up.
And her former Zenith club mate Alex Henry seemed to have gotten second place. Ayode Simmons of Memphis looked to have snuck in into third place. Janika Jordan may have been run out of it. We await the official results. Janedi Gans 12.05, still under the standard. 12.13 is the standard. Alex Henry, the look on your face. So Henry is in second. Alex, Ayode, your thoughts on the race for you?
It was fine.
All right. Simmons, Alex, second place. Still unofficial. Yes, second place. Your thoughts on your run?
It was very good, very good. I would have done my best, but it was good.
All right. Coming into the meet, you won the event at 2 of the meets. Did that help you coming into the meet, knowing that you had wins under your belt?
Yes.
Any other event we're looking to see you in at the trials?
200 meters.
Alex Henry, second place, 12:38. And a tired Janae Gans. Janae winning the 100 meters. How you feel about the run?
I'm not really satisfied with this run, but it is what it is. I'll keep on working hard.
11:77, a PB if I'm not mistaken, in the heats earlier today?
Yes.
Your first race of the season, did you how you think it dealt with having your first race and winning and running 11:77 earlier today?
Well, it was the plan to go out there and do what I had to do. And I've been longing just to run and just make myself proud and my family proud.
Any other event tomorrow?
The long jump and the 200.
All right, no high jump this year?
No high jump.
All right, Janae Gan, the winner of the girls under 17 100 meters here at the Carifta Trials 2022. And we have up next the boys under 17.
Boys under 17 finals.
Over to you, Ayana.
In lane 1 lined up, Kareem Solomon from Simplex, followed by Anderson Burris in lane 2 from Mercury, Tyler Springer from Cougars in lane 3, Jamario Russell from Memphis Pioneers in lane 4, Hakeem Chinapu, Simplex 11:34, In lane 6, Kadeem Ryan from Cougars with the fastest qualifying time of 11:22. Marquis Davis from Memphis Pioneers. And in lane 8, Kadeem Chinapu from Simplex.
So it looked like Simplex versus Memphis versus Cougars with one Mercury athlete in the lineup. The call is yours, Ayana.
It's difficult to call races like these, especially when the times are kind of equal across the board. But obviously, we'll be looking for Jamario Russell and Kadeem Ryan to be the two main competitors in this race.
And Jamari Russell is running away with this one, and Ryan closed like a train. Yes, Jamari Russell and Ryan made a late bid and just couldn't stop that Russell. And he's bouncing with confidence. 10.99 seconds. $11.08 for Ryan. Springer 11.23. Springer, who is Springer?
Nice to see the camaraderie among the athletes. Everybody's congratulating one another. Good races all the way around. Two qualifiers from the boys under 17, 100 meters.
All right, so Russell, very competitive race. The guys laid down the marks in the semifinals and the heats. How you manage to keep your composure and take this race?
Well, I just always try to keep cool, calm, and collected, and then I always execute. First one, shaky. Second one, shaky, but we always come through in the end, and God as my witness.
All right, so you win, you made the standard. Is that the time you're really going at today?
Yeah, 10 anyway, and 10. But I've been very proud because I had a very rough couple of weeks, but you know, we still pull through.
All right, thanks, all the best. We seen you in the 200. Are you going to be in the 200?
Yep.
All right, Ryan, a late charge coming into the finals. You left it late. Think a little too late?
No. You said?
No, I'm saying a strong finish from you. Think if you had moved earlier, you could have pipped him on the line?
Yeah, if I did start off faster and use my drive face for longer.
Right. Despite that, you made the time. You did also in the heats, if I'm not mistaken.
Huh?
Did you make the standard earlier as well?
Yeah, I did.
So your thoughts on your performance overall?
My performance was very well because I made a new PB.
Thank you, Mr. Springer. How you felt about your run today?
I felt comfortable. I had an injury, so I ain't too long come back from injury. I just try and make the team and run.
Right. Are we going to see you in the 200 tomorrow?
Yeah.
All right, Terrell Springer, Kadeem Ryan, and Jamari Russell. Congratulations. And now it's on to the under 20 girls. 100 meters over to you, Ayana.
Girls under 20 lined up on the track. The qualifying standard is 11.97, and in lane 1 we have Chimika Prescott from Athletics, Christian Alexis from Oasis, who seems to be missing, Kayla Caesar from One a Week, Kaya LaFortune from Simplex, Malika Coutin from Point Fortin New Jets, Khadijah Abraham from Kaizen Panthers, Chelsea Mercury Jai in lane 7 from Memphis Pioneers, and Janelle Campbell, lane 8, Mason Hall.
And they're off. Campbell is not on the starting lineup, but let's just going to take this one. Let's see Miss from, it's a Simplex sprinter, and she is gritting her teeth over the line. Kia La Fortune had the fortune of victory today. That's in the girls under 20 100 meters. Kia La Fortune of Simplex. 11.94 for Kia La Fortune, so dipping under the Carifta standard. And the Simplex supporters are elated at that performance.
She is also elated. Excitement very palpable right now. She's waiting for the clock to come back up with her time. Want to make sure that what she see is real. How she felt in that final is real.
All right, an elated Kia La Fortune 11.94 victory Carifta qualifying standard. Your face says it all.
Yes, I am very happy. First, I want to thank God, my coach, my family members, and everybody for supporting me throughout my journey.
I focused when I saw your face, very determined as you approach that finish line. Given the trials faced this season, what does this victory mean to you?
This victory is a big accomplishment thus far. I have other games and tenders I want to make, but this so far was really my main goal for the season so far, and I'm thank God so much for accomplishing this.
Any other goals as you head to Carifta? I mean, I know you just won, but looking down the road, what are your other plans?
My other plans is to make it to Pan Am Juniors and other events.
All right, Kyla La Fortune, you have a coach, former sprinter, Miss Heidi and Harper. How much of an inspiration is she to you?
Miss Heidi and Mr. Ganesh Prasad is a big inspiration to me. I really, every day, going to training, they motivate me to stay focused and to execute well.
All right, Kyla La Fortune, Simplex 10.94. Now it's congratulations to you. And now to the final race of the day. Over to you, Ayana.
The last and final event for today, the boys 100 meter under 20. In lane 1, we expect to see Obi Edwards from FAS, Josiah Peters from Phoenix Athletic, Anthony Diaz from Point Fortune New Jets. In lane 4, Miguel Taylor from Mercury, one of our main competitors that we looking forward to seeing. In lane 5, Revel Webster, Concord, with a PB today of 10.74, and he ran 10.53 earlier today in those in his heats. In lane 6, Jaden D'Souza from Phoenix Athletics. In lane 7, Elijah Simmons from Simplex, and in lane 8, Mikhail Bayer from Simplex.
Your call today. Are you seeing all purple today, Mayana? Are you seeing all purple?
I don't want to be biased against towards my Concord athletes, but I must say they are doing a phenomenal job on the track, and I expect Revel to do even better today in this final.
So we're looking for a second Concord victory today in the 100 meters?
Definitely.
All right. He has really been the class this morning, and easy run in that 10.5. She spoke to him after, and he said he's not setting any barriers on what he can run this season.
And that's what we try to encourage in them. You know, there's always goal setting, but right now Revel is riding high on a different level of confidence, and you see it in his performances.
Miguel Taylor has been to Carifta before, as well as Anthony Abraham. Let's see what sort of challenge they can provide, and hopefully we get a fast race, and because it's not just about the winner, but it's the depth we're looking for, importantly for the 4x1.
Exactly. So if all these guys perform well and even qualify under the standard, it bodes really well for 4x1 going into Carifta.
As a sprinter, I don't want to say former sprinter, because I think if I put you back on the track, you could still smoke up the race. As you on the line, what is going through your mind now?
Most of these guys are thinking to make sure to do what they've been practicing all along. Execute the race and the times will come.
So we are executing this coverage for you. Let's see what comes in time. hush over the stadium, and it's on. 100 meters, D'Souza, Diaz, Miguel, and it's Revel, oh my God, and I don't know what Anthony Diaz is doing, but Revel, Webster, and the Concord colors are flying in the stands, and we look at the clock, tick-tock, tick-tock, we await the time, all eyes, 10.52.
10:52 for Revel Webster.
10.52. Revel, he's reveling today. He is reveling today.
Revel has a phenomenal start to his Carifta campaign.
He's been congratulated by Shaki McKay, who both ran in to get in the one of the development meets, running each other to Carifta qualifying standards.
Really good going into tomorrow and going into Carifta.
And the others are eagerly awaiting, but Revel is reveling today. Revel 10.54. You thought the 10.53 in the heats was unbelievable. Tell us about this race today and the time you ran.
Still very unbelievable. It feels so unreal to see how far I came. A lot of improvement was done throughout the day, and I'm happy I was able to dip under my current PB, even though it's points on.
All right, 10.70 for D'Souza in second place. We are eagerly await, and it's a close finish, 10.7. So we eager. D'Souza seem to be in tears. And a good camaraderie among 10.70 for Miguel Taylor. 10.70. And my goodness, it's a celebration on the track. Ayana, we call that one, can you say? We're hoping they would have pulled each other to fast times, and they didn't. We can't ask for more. 10.88 by Anthony Diaz. And Diaz you see him sort of pulled up looking around. I don't know what was going through his head. But my goodness. 10 point. Right, so it's a fast race. Simmons. And we can't just but be happy for these athletes, Ayana.
Very much so. These guys have been putting in the work through COVID, doing everything that they've done possibly to get the best possible race on this day, and the fact that they've done it, I have not seen this kind of depth in boys under 20 in a very long time, and it bodes well definitely going into Carifta.
All right, so the officials have carried it down to the thousands, just in case of any queries, because second and third determines who runs on the individual event. So we're going to be speaking of them. All right, speak to Mr. D'Souza and then Miguel Taylor. D'Souza, come, we just want to have a short word with you. Tears and joy. Yes, sir, watch it. Yeah. So we saw tears of joy. So how the reaction after the race?
I have no words. I can't believe I do it.
All right, very competitive race. Coming into the race, what was going through your mind?
On my mind, it was just to do my best, and that's all.
All right, and, Miguel, both of you 10.70 seconds. PB for you as well? Yeah. All right, your thoughts on your run?
Well, it was a pretty decent start. I didn't hold dry phase for as long as I wanted, but I still came with tail place. I'm happy to get a standard and represent my country in Jamaica.
But I'm sure these times are not the end for you. All hoping to better the times this season.
Yeah, sure.
All right, any other events you're doing for the trials?
Nah.
What about you?
200 meters.
All right, so what a fitting way to end the day, Ayana. Sparkling times in the 100 meters. Over to you.
Congratulations to all the qualifiers today. I know all these athletes have been training so hard thus far, and even though the trials, the first day of trials are over, we still have day 2 to come. Still in awe of Janae Digans and still in awe of Ravel Webster on the amazing performances they've put in today.
Yes, and you know, it was a little doubt given the lack of competition how these athletes are going to show up, but they showed up and they showed off today. As you look back at the day, Ayana, how would you describe what you have seen today, both on the track and in the field?
To be honest, I was very worried based on the fact that these athletes have not had a lot of opportunities to compete like other countries who have been able to host meets and stuff on a regular basis. But whatever they were doing behind closed doors, they were training hard, they were doing everything that they needed to do to come into this meet prepared to do their very absolute best and to achieve these standards that were set by the entries to qualify for the Carifta 2022.
What? I don't want to say former athlete, but as a former top athlete, and I guess involved in coaching to some point or mentoring, what would be the next step for, as they prepare towards preparing for Carifta? Because they're getting over the moment now. Yeah. What is the next step between now and Carifta?
Well, after they revel in the moment today, they have a few days of rest, and then it's back to building towards Carifta. It's back to working hard, strengthening, conditioning, doing everything that they need to do to get them prepared in order to peak for the Carifta Games in Jamaica.
Yes, because you mentioned other countries, Jamaica, the running hasn't stopped or lessened. As a matter of fact, what they have been doing, I see like a meet, they will divide it up into meets. So in one day you have 2 and 3 meets going on. Bahamas has actually delayed their trials to later give their athletes more time to prepare. And 10.5, to be competitive at Carifta, we had to be prepared to run quicker than that 10.3, 10.4. But I'm really heartened at that under 20 boys. I mean, the depths, and you saw the camaraderie. They were happy for each other. They were really happy for each other.
And even though we are only allowed 2 individual competitors for individual events, I think that 4x1, if they do decide to carry, which I really hope they do, if they carry that 4x1, those boys will be so confident going into that. And I think that bodes well for how well they could actually medal at Carifta.
All right, so we're talking about the track events. We had 400 meters. We had 400 meters, Sumner in the under 20 boys. We still have the official time for the under 17 boys.
We still haven't gotten it yet.
And we had in the field events Aaron Andrews, who we interviewed in the long jump boys under 20, 2 qualifiers in the girls under 20, under 17 high jump. We had a qualifier in the girls on boys under 20 high jump. And then we had 49, 42 in the under 17 boys dipping over. So we had a qualifier in the under 17 boys 400. Yes.
Kyle Williams from Burnley running a 49.42.
Right, and
Keon Morris from Cougars also running 49.68.
All right, so both of them dipping below the standard. So quite as we mentioned, we weren't short today and we got our money's worth, so to speak. And we at Tobago Sports Live, we are happy that we were able to bring you the coverage. And let's look forward to tomorrow. We're gonna be seeing some of these sprinters doubling back. Webster gonna be back in the 200. Janae in the 200. She indicated she's gonna be doing the long jump as well. What are we to expect tomorrow? Are we expecting tired legs or rejuvenated legs and hearts?
You know what? It's hard to determine because a lot of these athletes, once they go home, relax. The main goal is to relax as much as they can after today to get themselves mentally prepared for tomorrow. So I think the people who ran well today definitely come in tomorrow with a different level of confidence, and those who did not perform well today definitely come in with a extra.
So you're expecting a hype day tomorrow?
Yeah. Tomorrow's going to be a lot of hype tomorrow.
Yes, we saw Keone John in the 100 meters hurdles, 410, 14.33. He's going to be in that 200 tomorrow. Made the 400 standard, doing the sprint hurdle. So it's interesting to see what he's going to bring in that 200 meters tomorrow against Ravel Webster.
Yeah, definitely. That's one of the races I'm looking forward to actually to tomorrow.
Yeah, and speaking with Janae, she wasn't happy with her run today, so we're eager to see what she's going to bring. And you mentioned a super talent that she is.
Yes, that young lady is so determined when in her preparation that it's not surprising that she was not happy, even though she got the win and she qualified already. You're always looking forward to doing your very ultimate best every time you step on the track. So when she didn't get the time she wanted, she felt like she didn't
Yes, you saw it on her face. And we want to big up her mother, Zelia Scott de Gans, who was a top sprinter. She actually held the secondary school's record in the 100 hurdles. So that's the action we have today. More action tomorrow. We have we're going to see Jaden James, who made the discus. He may be in the shot put tomorrow. We have to look for Kanika Kasa, that girl from Toko, who has just been throwing over 43. You give she the under 20, the women's discus javelin, she's doing it. Okay. She has been consistent. She's actually vying, she's a cricket thrower. So that arm, you see the arm work.
Yeah, you definitely see it.
Yeah, so we look forward to her tomorrow. We mentioned the 200s. We mentioned the 8. We have, we forgot the under 17 girls. 2 qualify. Anika Bailey of 1 a week. And we also had Miss Kayla Ford of Cougars. Tafari Waldron, he's in the 5,000 tomorrow. He made the standard in the boys 5,000 earlier. We look for him. Woodruff, he's going to be back against Jamari. So that's another matchup we have to look for in the 200 tomorrow. So that's a keen matchup. We had, we're going to see if Miss La Fortune, what she's going to bring in that 200. One thing, no, Shanika Bascom is not here, as well as Renisha Andrews. They made the standard before. Bascom, we know, former Carifta champion. Right. Suffering some injuries. Let's wish her all the best. Hope that she recovers. A real talent that she is, definitely. And hope that she recovers.
She's definitely one to look forward to seeing competing. I hope, based on the selection.
All right, so we just had to come.
Excited
yes, that's of course. We're happy for them, Cyril Sumner.
But we expect Shaniqua to be at least considered to be part of the team. I'm not sure the fact that she did not compete today, if it's a factor or not.
Well, let's hope that she recovers.
Yeah.
Well, yes, talent. And so we have more action too. If you enjoyed today, you got to be here tomorrow. Tobago Sports Live. We want to thank Mr. Wayne Clark, Secretary for Sports, who graced us with his presence, and Mr. George Commission. And hopefully we'll have some more interviews for you line up. Make it an interesting day. We certainly enjoyed bringing you all the action here at Carifta Trials 2022. Thank you to our cameraman and all those in the background who ensured that this coverage was possible. A little challenging, but life does have its challenges, and it's overcoming those challenges. Clayton Clark, Ayana, thank you very much. Sign out. See you all tomorrow, 10 o'clock. Don't miss it.